Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well and in very good health. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to it for more cricket analysis and for more random content. So my friends, the first 2 days of the ICC World Test Championship final, aka the Ultimate Test, has so far been lopsided, or should I say has seen the return of the good old Aussie dominance as their fast bowlers backed up twin centuries from Steve Smith and Travis Head to give the Baggy Greens a commanding control over India after 2 days of the World Test Championship final being played at the Kennington Oval in London. Now, yesterday, Wednesday, on day one, Australia was sent into bat by India, and at the end of the day, I think they were 326 for 3 at the close when Smith was on 91 and Head on 126, and it was the fast bowlers who did subs who did the damage for India for inside the first session. However, the second and the third session, they were all sent on a leather hunt. Then coming back out today, Thursday, on day two to continue, India made a comeback thanks to a 4 wicket haul from Mohammad Suraj as the Aussies they were bowled out for 469. Travis Head finished on 169 while Smith made 121. Suraj was the pick of the bowlers for the men in blue, taking 4 wickets for 108 runs. In reply, at the close, India are in all sorts of trouble, finishing on 151 for 5. So far, Ravindra Jadeja top scored for the men in blue with 48, while Ajinkya Rahane at the close is undefeated on 29. And all of the Australian bowlers from Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, Scott Boland, Cameron Green, and Nathan Lyon, all of them took 1 wicket apiece. But the most economical bowler has to be Scott Boland. Now, he wasn't supposed to be in the 11 for the final, but at the expense of the injury to Josh Hazelwood, he has made an impact, taking a wicket for 29 so far from 11 overs. India, they have to bat their skins out on day 3 to at least have a chance in coming back to this test match. But at the moment, all I can say, India's hopes will all have to be on Ajinkya Rahane and KS Bharat to try and save the team. But at the moment, according to the ICC win predictor, India are less than 10% of either coming back into the test match or winning it on the whole. So far, Australia has this massive advantage at 88%. All that India needs to do in the morning is survive the full half hour or an hour so they can get themselves back to regular comfort. But on the whole, they need to play very cautiously because the Aussies, they do not make joke at all. And speaking of which, here are my views on the test match so far. Now, you all remember the last World Test Championship final in which India was involved in was against New Zealand back in 2021. In that final, they played both spinners in Ravi Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. In that match, Ashwin took 4 wickets, 3 in the first innings and only 1 in the second innings. However, he was left out, and that led to massive criticism, not only in India but around the cricketing world. Now, I had made it clear that in England itself, as a cricket fan who has been watching cricket for over the last few years or ever since I was small, I always know to myself that playing 2 spinners on English conditions, in my view, it is a horrible decision. We've seen it happen with England when they tried Swan and Panasar together in the past. We saw it with India with Kumble and Harbhajan. It worked out one time in Leeds back in 2002. Pakistan tried it, I think, with Danish Canaria and Shahid Afridi. That backfired big time. And it has not worked with Ashwin and Jadeja the last time. This time around, you left your number one bowler out and gone with Jadeja. In my view, no matter what the pitch was, they could have done two things. Either drop Umesh and played Ashwin, or try Akshar Patel. But the one risky thing you should not do in English conditions is play two spinners in your bowling attack, because it will come back to haunt you later on in a test match. I do not have a problem with playing two spinners in a 50 over or T20 game, but when it comes to test cricket, it's a very bold, ridiculous decision. But this time, Ashwin's omission has caused a lot of criticism back in India and also around the globe. Even experts on ESPN Cricket Info Matchday Live were saying the same thing. How could he leave Ashwin out and play either Thakur or Umesh? Now, as a cricket fan myself, I wasn't surprised how Ashwin was left out. But at the same time, everyone knew that the criticism was going to come and happen. Look what happened on day one. Everyone knows that Ashwin has a good record against left-handed batters. On this occasion, you left them out, and look what's happened. They conceded way too many runs. If it was Indian conditions, Ashwin would have bamboozled them big time. But nevertheless, my view on playing four pacers in a WTC final would have always been the better option. But the bad thing that India had to decure was how Umesh and I think it was Shadu Thakur, I beg your pardon, both Thakur and Umesh, they were leaking runs. And look on the dirty side, after this World Test Championship final, they have to go through a transitional phase. The reason why I'm saying that is because most of its players on the team minus Suraj are over 30, or should I say in their mid 30s, and with the next WTC final in 2 years now, the preparation must start now. You know, India needs to find new set of players who have been doing well in the domestic scene. And furthermore, one of the reasons why India lacked preparation, just like in the last WTC final, was the lack of first-class cricket. Only Cheteshwar Pujara has been in England for the last 2 months preparing thanks to county cricket and has been scoring big. This time around today, he wasn't able to get a big score. But look at the other players. While Pujara was focusing hard on playing this WTC final and doing good in county cricket, most of the other players were playing in the IPL. And the disappointing thing out of all of that was how the BCCI, the Indian Cricket Board, aka Board of Control for Cricket in India, failed to manage the workload of the players. And that is the disappointing factor of all. Had some of the Indian players went to England either before the playoffs to at least play one or two county games, they could have gotten some match preparation. However, the BCCI, again, just like the last WTC final, literally effed up the things. With all of that said, let's see how day 3 plays out. I do not see India making a comeback unless there's one big partnership that could turn the things around. Other than that, I do see the Aussie bowlers wrapping up things either in day 3 or 4. Now, here's the other thing, folks. India need, I think, about another 100 and something to stop them from going back into bat a second time. But they need to, one, focus on a big partnership, and two, excuse me, they need to avoid the follow-on. That's the two things. One, build a partnership, and two, avoid a follow-on to avoid a heavy defeat. With all of that said, best of luck to both Australia and India on day 3, and we'll see how things all plan out. In a subsequent video, I'll talk about the one change that the West Indies made with regards to their team for World Cup qualifying. But until we meet again, I know it's late right now, so folks, stay safe, be good, be cool, enjoy day 3, and hopefully tomorrow afternoon into the evening I will drop a new video. Until then, take care, peace.